Welcome citizens of Super Earth, we bring you a brand new video on Helldivers 2. In today's video we're going to have a look at the failed major order to defend 5 planets, we got a brand new major order to complete, and much more, including a cool looking spoiler. So like and subscribe and hit that ding dong bell for the future spreading of democracy. We had 3 days to defend 5 planets, divers, and we failed miserably. We were never going to succeed on this order due to how fast the automatons were pushing their invasion. In game, we have the following dispatch. Major order lost. The automatons have seized control of many innocent and once beautiful worlds. The valiant and tireless defense raised by the Helldivers was commendable, but it was not enough to stop such a large and cowardly assault. Any colonists not driven from their homes were likely slaughtered, their votes forever lost. We all knew we were going to fail this order when we were only able to liberate 2 planets in more than 2 days, but if we didn't fail and we were able to liberate, we would not be getting the Cyberstan invasion. I do love these dispatches as they just make them sound like short horror fiction, and it's amazing. The new major order though that is currently up in 3 days and 22 hours, the order reads, we must halt the automaton advance. Helldivers are ordered to establish and hold the Men-Kent line, consisting of the planets Men-Kent and Lasath. Establishing this defensive line will allow SEAF engineers to begin construction of orbital defenses on those planets, deterring the advance of the automaton's fleet and allowing counter-offensive preparation to begin. As you can see, like I did say, we do have the major order ends in 3 days and 23 hours by here. The automaton advance must be halted, establish and hold the Men-Kent line to allow establishment of orbital defenses. And the order overview, we need the designated planets, they must be under Super Earth's control when the order expires. And we got 55 medals if we can get this done. The table graph currently looks like this, which is a good push for Men-Kent, and once that is successful, we need to move our fight over to Lasath, where we are currently losing ground. But fear not, as it is Friday and we will have a huge surge from this evening onwards as divers return from work to the fight for democracy. Since Helldivers 2 arrived in February, it has received praise from nearly everyone for the way that Arrowhead has delivered story updates, in-game mechanics, enemies, and content. Combining the use of social media sites such as Twitter X and their own Discord, sending out coded messages. If something pops up in-game that wasn't supposed to, instead of trying to hide their mistake, they rolled with it and called it an automaton hack. It's just brilliant. Well, it looks like everyone is on the same page as Lady Emily, who posted this on Twitter X, which has now come onto the Reddit board. Helldivers 2 is so funny because most live service games announce new content via cool trailer or press release, but instead, they just secretly put new enemy types into the game and freak people out when they discover it. And this is what I love the most. The reply to this is just the icing on the cake. And then the CEO lies about it and calls it enemy propaganda when asked on Twitter LMAO. It's great. Which it is. Seeing the CEO of the game interacting with fans alike like this shows they want the game to be successful and they know that they have an amazing game and something special on their hands. When Johan the CEO started pushing propaganda and is role-playing the whole thing off is just awesome. This is what the big AAA game companies need to look at and see how Arrowhead are beating them hands down in nearly every single department. Can you see the CEO of Infinity Ward doing this with a Modern Warfare game? Role-playing the hell out of it? I can't. We used to have this to a certain degree with Jason Blundell, who was the head of COD Zombies at Treyarch back in the day. But then he left and the game modes just went downhill, and it hasn't been able to climb back to its peak of awesomeness. Moving on, at this moment in time though, the list of known issues is growing, and I do think that Arrowhead need to get these fixed more than supplying us with new content. We've seen and experienced crashes galore, not being able to send friend requests cross-platform, and we've also seen that the latest CE27 Groundbreaker armor has the wrong passive, which funnily enough, Spitz has actually just put this out on Discord. Regarding the CE27 Groundbreaker armor, we're aware of a slight mix-up that resulted in it going live with the servo-assisted passive instead of the engineering kit passive as advertised. This should be changed back in an upcoming hotfix. Please keep in mind if the armor is one of the reasons you're thinking of purchasing the new war bond. This is all good and dandy, but like we've talked about in previous videos, some of the known issues need to be fixed first. Other players are showing their frustration about the bugs on Reddit, with the following currently on there. New content doesn't hit as hard when it's spoiled by game-breaking bugs. Whoa, a new thermite grenade. Too bad damage over time effects don't work unless you're the host. Whoa, 25% extra fire damage. Too bad damage over time effects doesn't work unless you're the host. Whoa, an extra enemy hit by arc weapons. Too bad they're incredibly inconsistent and blocked by a light breeze. And one of them is so unbelievably bad, I've literally never seen a random use it. Whoa, resupply boxes with fully refill support weapons? This sounds great. What do you mean it doesn't even work? Arrowhead, I am begging you, take the time to fix your growing list of known issues. I promise we can all wait a couple more weeks than usual before you drop another balance patch or content drop. Stability is breaking at the seams and it's beyond frustrating at this point. I am all with this and this is currently true. But for me, the issue is with the fire damage, because I really like using the brand new thermite grenade, but if you're not the host, the fire damage doesn't do anything. This issue can be seen in this video from Jaded Engineer, where they've taken down 2 chargers with a flamethrower with ease. Not a sweat dropped at all from this. We do need to see the list of known issues shrink by the next update, or this is going to become like any other game, where the community will consistently rant about content dropping, but the game bugs are not being fixed. Now moving into spoiler territory folks, so if you don't want to see something cool and wait for it to be revealed in game, thanks for watching and keep spreading that democracy. But if you're still waiting for the spoiler, let's get into it. You still here for the spoiler? I knew you would be, you cheeky little diver. So what we have here is being called in-game the Automaton Centrifuge Storage Cells. Coming from worthy leaker Iron Sights on Reddit, they've posted 3 pictures of the canisters, which will become a brand new objective in-game, where we will have to, by the looks of things, destroy them. They also come along with this picture icon, where Iron Sights has posted the following with them. These objects are destructible. These objects have very similar textures to the centrifuge, so it's safe to assume they will be related to each other in some way. Inside these canisters as well is supposedly human blood, which the automatons have crushed down the humans they destroyed for their oil. Now in the comments, some kind of spy has actually put it out brilliantly. Pretty sure it's just because they're using organic bits and human nervous systems, brains, to pilot their bots. Notice that you get covered in red blood after going on a bot killing spree at close range, even if you take no damage, and there's constantly just piles of bodies and corpses everywhere. I think they're doing a Borg and turning SC colonists into killing machines. These really are just the cyborgs again. But guys, this is exactly what we talked about the other day when I said I found out that the bots use human brains for their robots. To me, this is just pure RoboCop, and I'm absolutely loving it. But that's all we got today, folks, so let me know what you think about these down below, my fellow divers, and let's keep spreading democracy.